Hey everyone, I'm Lisa with Made to Create with Lisa, and tonight we're going to make a cute card that's actually really easy, which is my MO, but has a fun design to it. So we're going to use one of the new stamp sets. It's called Sunrise Sailing, and it's perfect for the summer, and it's also perfect for masculine cards. So let's get right to it, and I'll show you what we're making tonight. All right, we're going to dive right in, and we're going to use this adorable new Sunrise Sailing stamp set. We're also going to be using the dies that go with it. There are quite a few dies. There's two different sheets here. There's some water, and there's all the other dies, and then the beautiful sailboat. There's also a gorgeous embossing folder that goes with it, but we're not going to be using that tonight. So we're going to start out doing our stamping, because then we can just put away our stamp pads and be done with that part. So I'm simply going to stamp our boat, and then we're going to add an accent here, and I thought that this sort of red, white, and blue theme would be really pretty. Now I'm going to actually stamp our sentiment on two different sheets, because after it's all finished, I don't know if I'm going to want it in the blue or the red. All right, so we're going to try out both and see which we like better. All right, so at least those are stamped, and we can pull those back in and see which we like better. So I'm going to have a scrap piece of paper here so that if my blends bleed through, then we won't ruin my desk. Now, when I use my blends, I like to use the dark marker first. Everyone has a little bit different style of the way that they like to do it. I kind of like to use my dark and add my accents like that. And then I go in and do my coloring. And that's the way that I like to use my Stampin' Blends marker. Whoops, I got a little bit out there, but that's okay. We're going to die cut this out. So let's pull in our die cut machine. I already have my die here ready to go. And we're going to lay this on there and die cut this baby out. Oops, I moved it. I should pull this out further. I was trying to have it in the camera so that you could see, but then it made it so that this keeps moving. I guess I could have put some tape on it, but I forgot to bring some in here with me, so we're going to go for it. All right. Cranking that through. And there we go. And it looks like you can see my boo-boo, so I'm actually going to trim that off. And that way it won't bother me. I honestly don't mind if it goes a little bit out, but that was a little much. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's done. And that's the stamping. So let's go ahead and put our card together. So one of the things that I have is I die cut out, let's see, this is the second largest from the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm going to have all of the measurements and everything for you on my website. So I honestly didn't even bring the measurements in here. But we're going to start out using one of our blending brushes, okay? Maybe it'd be easiest if I put it down here. So I'm just going to ink this up and just really lightly go around on my whole circle. I don't have to move it, but it helps me to do more of an even coverage if I kind of move it around a little bit.
You just do whatever is easiest for you. So I want it around all my edges. I want it really on the whole entire circle. All right, now you see what I do is I do yellows all with the same brush and I never wash them. And this is my oranges. So I'm using Calypso Coral here. And I am going to wash it on top of that yellow, and look how gorgeous that turns. Is that not stunning? I mean, it literally looks like a sunset. So that is how you use those fabulous blending brushes. So we'll move that out of the way. And now we'll put our card base together. So I have some Misty Moonlight here. And I'm featuring tonight the, or not featuring, but I mean, I'm using tonight the Timeless Plaid Designer Series paper. And look how pretty these blues are. Now it's using boho blue, as you see here. And unfortunately, that just retired. So, come on, glue. I didn't realize that this was almost out. It won't come out. All right, let me get a different adhesive. All right, we'll use this instead. Anyway, the boho blue is no longer, which is a bummer because it's such an awesome blue. But I love that I can just pick out some different colors. Whoops, got it on the table there. And they, you know, you can still use this paper even though one of them is gone. One of the colors is gone. It still is fabulous. So what I like to do is start with my outside pieces so that they stay centered. And like I said, I'm going to have these measurements. I did not bring the measurements over here. I'll have all of that on my website so you can check it out. But it's 3 strips. Now, if you want 3 different strips, or maybe the outside's one print and the inside another print, that would look pretty too. I just did all of them the same because I thought it looked really, I don't know, just really striking. All right, so we will add this on the front of our card like that. And now we're going to add on our beautiful sunset like that. Is that not stunning? Let's see, I got to figure out exactly where I want it. All right, so I'm going to want it there. So I'm going to put, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put that on dimensionals. Let's do that instead. Let's see. Let me see where I want it. I'll put some dimensionals here. And I can put, let's see, why don't I go ahead and put something down there too on the bottom. I don't know exactly where that's going to sit on the card, but we'll play with that and see how it looks. All right. Peel all these off. All right, I'm not going to stick this down yet. I need to see where I want this to go. I think I need to put a sentiment down there, so I'm going to put it up a little higher. So I'm going to put that right there. Now I can stick that down there. Okay, that is looking so pretty. Okay, now let us check out our sentiments. Which one do we like better? So that is the navy, and that is the red. I kind of think I like it over there on that side better. I feel like the navy just blends in too much. I feel like we need to use the red. So let's use the red. I'm going to banner the edge so since we decided we wanted it on that side. And we'll put it over there. Let's see. Okay. I feel like I want it straight down. I don't feel like that I want it up on dimensionals. So we will put it there and trim off the edge. Oh yes, that is looking really pretty. Okay. Now we're going to pull out this little tiny bird. And I forgot to bring a block in here for it, so I'm just going to do it straight on there. Look at how much that adds when you add that in the edge like that. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull out these red gems. Again, I thought that it would kind of pull in the red a little bit. And kind of just pull the whole card together. So we'll just add a couple of these in. And there it is. Now, before I mail it, I will obviously put something on the inside, but that is the card. So the whole idea is those 3 strips of DSP, and I think that it looks stunning.
Well, what did you think? I think that this is a great card. It's a great layout, super easy. Again, I'll have all the measurements at madetocreatewithlisa.com. Now, I'm actually featuring this stamp set at my June card class, so you can get this in the mail. All the details and to register for that class is under the events tab on my website, madetocreatewithlisa.com. I'll put that link in the description of the video, okay? So thanks so much for being here. Come back again, and I'll always have lots of fun new ideas for you. See you again soon.